Joining us now, the House Democratic leader, Jeffries. Leader Jeffries, thank you so much for joining us. As you know better than I do, this is clearly a critical debate tonight here in Philadelphia, a critical debate for Kamala Harris. It's her first time on the presidential debate stage in a general election. What does a successful night look like for her?
Well, this is a big night for the campaign. It's a big night for our democracy and a big night for America. Kamala Harris, of course, is ready, willing, and able to do the job and to make sure that she articulates a clear vision for how to bring the country together, how to make sure that everyone has access to the great American dream, how we lower costs, how we grow the middle class, and of course, defending our democracy and fighting for our freedoms, particularly a woman's freedom to make her own reproductive health care decisions. So I think tonight she'll have the opportunity before tens of millions of our fellow citizens to lay out a clear contrast between her vision for America, which is inclusive, which is forward-looking, which will create an opportunity economy, and Donald Trump's vision for America, which is to jam Project 2025 down the throats of the American people so that extreme MAGA Republicans can exercise total control over everyday Americans and hurt working families in the middle class.
The Trump campaign, Leader Jeffries, has signaled the former president tonight will highlight how Kamala Harris has changed positions on several key issues. How should Kamala Harris answer the charge that she has been flip-flopping on some of her long-held positions?
Well, I think it's important to put a spotlight on the positions that Kamala Harris has held and the accomplishments that have been part of the Biden-Harris administration. And so I think when it comes to the Infrastructure Investment and Jobs Act, creating millions of good-paying jobs, that's a Kamala Harris position. The American Rescue Plan, making sure that we put shots in arms, money in pockets, and kids back in school, rescued the economy from a once-in-a-century pandemic, that's a Kamala Harris position. The CHIPS and Science Act, where we've brought domestic manufacturing jobs back home to the United States of America, that's a Kamala Harris position. And of course, the Inflation Reduction Act, where we struck a dramatic blow against the climate crisis. We're standing up a clean energy economy and lowering the high price of life-saving prescription drugs, including taking the price of insulin to $35 per month for millions of Americans. That's a Kamala Harris position. We know that Donald Trump is going to distort because he lies for a living. But the good news is that on that stage, Kamala Harris will have every opportunity to present the true facts about her views and how to move the country forward.
We'll see if she fact-checks Trump in the course of this debate tonight. Leader Jeffries, the Trump team has released a new video about Kamala Harris's current role as vice president. Let me play this little clip. Watch this.
What would you do day one?
There are a number of things on day one. On day one priority, ready on day one.
Kamala, day one was January of 2021.
Day one for Kamala was 3.5 years ago. Why hasn't she done it?
Crime rates have skyrocketed over the past 4 years.
This just in, inflation is headed in the wrong direction.
So she's in office now, as you know. She's the vice president of the United States. Why isn't the Biden-Harris administration taking these steps today?
Well, what's interesting about that particular commercial, which of course is filled with distortions, let's just take two. That commercial says that violent crime is skyrocketed. No, actually, violent crime is down. It's not up. It was up under the Trump administration. It is down right now under the Biden-Harris administration. I think the other claim is that inflation is up. No, inflation is actually coming down. We still have to work toward bringing it down further, and Vice President Harris has articulated a great plan to do that, to lower costs for everyday Americans, to make sure that we are increasing the supply of affordable housing so we can bring down housing costs and addressing the other cost of living challenges for those Americans who are living paycheck to paycheck. She has a plan to address those concerns. Donald Trump simply is consumed with lying to the American people, and that ad is Exhibit A.
Leader Jeffries, I quickly want to turn to another really important issue that's developing right now, the House GOP funding plan. Donald Trump said today that Republicans should vote against the bill unless it includes a controversial GOP-led proposal requiring proof of citizenship to vote. You've called this plan, in your words, a non-starter for Democrats. Does this mean we are headed towards some sort of government shutdown right now?
First of all, it's important to make clear that the Constitution already requires citizenship in order to be able to participate in our elections. That's federal law. What is taking place right now is that the extreme MAGA Republicans are trying to jam extreme right-wing cuts down the throats of the American people, and the bill that will be before the House of Representatives tomorrow hurts our military readiness, it hurts our veterans, it hurts the Social Security Administration, it will hurt seniors, and of course it's going to hurt disaster relief efforts by shortchanging them as well. We're going to vote no against it.